Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat sejahtera. Okay, so Farah boleh off mic sekejap kot? Okay. Okay, so hari ni kita akan, we will continue our tutorial, start section A and B. Section B on the question number 1 and 2. Sebab kita tak habis belajar lagi kan. Semalam kita baru part 1 kuliah. Okay, so untuk memulakan our tutorial, I invite Encik Arifuddin untuk membimbing bacaan doa.
A'udzubillah minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabihi ajma'in. Allahumma ftah alaina hikmataka wa anshur alaina min hazani rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Rabbana shrah lana sudurana wa yassir amwalana wa ahlul datin yafqahu lana. Rabbana sirwa du'a karim walhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Amin.
Amin. Okay. So dah berapa orang yang masuk ni Sekejap kita tengok. Hope semua orang dah masuk. Saya nak semua student hi dekat chat. Nanti Farah tolong catat attendance. Okay, baru 9 orang watching. Kita ada 20. Ada ramai lagi tak masuk ni. Okay, so saya nak Farah tengok dekat chat. Tu dah ada, Daniel dah ada, hi, okay. Azril pun dah ada, Whiteage dah ada, okay. Farah tolong catat kehadiran. Nunisa, Hana, Rafiq, Echot. Oh ni ada kawan kita. Siapa? Mei Ting Chan. Cikgu, saya kelas lain punya, boleh join tak? Boleh, ya. Okay, kelas lain pun boleh. Kalau free, boleh join kita. So, hari ni kita nak buat tutorial section A. Section A pun ada 2 soalan saja sikit. And also section B hanya soalan 1 dan 2. Ya. And then kita akan sambung untuk part 2 di hari yang lain, tutorial. Okay. Okay. So saya ingat kita boleh start kita punya tutorial. So saya hope semua orang dah buat awak punya tutorial simple je soalan dia, very senang. Okay, sekejap saya share screen. Okay, semua nampak ke? Okay, now Farah Nat dengan Arif, kalau ada apa-apa nak soalan awak boleh excusekan saya sebab masa saya present saya tak nampak ni. Okay, now we start with tutorial chapter 10, accounting for liabilities. Okay, for section A, question number 1, give one characteristic of current liabilities of certain amounts with example. Current liabilities with certain amount ni adalah liabilities masa pasti, liability pasti. So what is the characteristic? Okay, the characteristic of current liabilities of certain amounts, the amounts and the maturity of liability can be determined accurately. The level of certainty of the liability can be determined. That's why kita panggil dia liability pasti, because kita boleh determine dia punya amounts, bila dia punya maturity dia bila, maturity date dia bila dan sebagainya. Okay, for example, the examples such as accounts payable, expenses payable, unearned revenue. Okay, notes payable pun boleh. Short term notes payable. Okay, so yang ni ada apa-apa soalan? Okay. Ni Abdullah ada bagi mesej ni. Dia kata phone dia tak ada ruangan nak komen. Tak apalah. Okay, now we go to section A, question number 2. Give one characteristic of current liabilities of estimated amounts with example. Okay, current liabilities of estimated amount ni adalah liability dianggarkan. Okay, so the characteristic of current liabilities. Okay, satu, debt known to exist but cannot be determined precisely. The value and the value estimation is normally based on the past experience. Sebab dia dianggarkan, so kita tak tahu dia punya exact amounts dia. Exact bila dia nak berlaku pun kita tak pasti. Okay, tapi kita ada tempoh yang diberi, and the value estimation is based on the past experience. Or awak boleh jawab, ini macam nota kita, nota dalam buku. Current liability of estimated amounts are liability that exists but not know the exact amount. The amount of liability is therefore estimated according to prior experience with the products. So you can use your own words, as long as the meaning sampai. Okay, for example, ada satu je kita bagi, that is warranty. Bukan, kita tak nak pakai warranty payable, kita panggil warranty liability. Okay, so tapi sama je, warranty payable and warranty liability tu sama je, but normally kita pakai terms warranty liability. Okay, ini adalah satu example for current liabilities of estimated amount. Okay, so far ada apa-apa soalan? Ada Farah? Tak ada? Okay. Alright. So kita continue with question number section B. Section B, question 1. Okay. The question is identify the maturity date and calculate the interest for each payable notes below. Okay, dia ada bagi 4 atau 5 notes payable, so you have to calculate. Assumption 365 days per annum. Okay, this is important for you to calculate the interest. Okay, ada berapa ni? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ada 5 situation yang dia bagi. Okay, so kita jawab one by one. Okay, first kita jawab the question for January 10, value 8,500, interest rate 9%, maturity period is 90 days. Okay, so dekat sini awak tak boleh nak kira cincai-cincai. Kita kena kira betul-betul exact date. Okay, to answer the question, you have to calculate one by one according to the months. Okay, for example, on January 10, kita issue the notes payable on January 10. The tempoh dia adalah 90 days. Okay, so what you have to do is you start with 10 January. Okay, in January have 31 days, right? So 10 to 31st January ada 22 days. Okay, cuba kira betul tak? You have to start with 10 January. Okay, sebab itu dah bermula tarikh untuk pengiraan liability. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. 22 days. Okay, and then continue in February. So February 1st until 28th February is 28 days. And then continue 1st March until 31st March is 31 days. Okay. Okay, lastly, April. Okay, ni yang kita nak tahu ni sampai bila. Sebab first, yang ni yang saya tandakan highlight biru ni is the missing figure actually. So, kita tahu the maturity days is 90 days. So, you buat dulu dia punya total amount dia 90 days. And then, ada 9 hari is the missing figure. Okay, so that's mean April 1st until 9 April. So, the maturity date is April 9. Okay, boleh tak? Dia punya jalan kerja memang remeh sikit lah. Tapi you have to do. Okay. Ini kalau dia ikut days. Okay, now the interest expenses. Okay, how to calculate the interest expenses? Okay, the principal amount that is 8,500. This one ada dekat soalan. Multiply by 9% interest. Ini pun ada dalam soalan. Multiply by 90 over 365. Okay, 90 ni adalah tempoh yang kita pinjam. So, selama itu saja yang kita bayar interest. Bukan setahun. Okay, so 90 over 365. So, equals to 188.63. Okay, saya nak semua orang kira. Kadang-kadang saya pun buat salah. Okay, 188.63. Okay, this is the answer. Okay, yang lain buat ke tak? Yang lain buat macam ni tak? Okay, so saya nak awak semua buat macam ni lah. Okay. Ada 17 watching. Maksudnya lagi 2 orang tak masuk lagi. 3 orang. Okay. Next, kita continue with the next situation. Okay, sama juga. Okay. On 15 April, kita issue notes payable. Maturity days is 120 days. Ini maksudnya kita borrow selama 120 hari. Okay, so when is the maturity date? Okay, kita kena start with 15 April. April ada 30 hari. So April 15 to 30th equals to 16 days. Okay, awak tak boleh tolak 30. Ada soalan? Okay, awak tak boleh tolak 30, tolak terus dengan 15. Kalau macam tu awak dapat 15 days only. Because 15 days is include in the calculation, so you have to add 1 day, so equals to 16 days. Kalau tak kira dengan jari macam saya buat tadi. Okay, so in April, 16 days. May, 31 days. June, 30 days. July 31 days. Okay. So, kita nak 120 days. Betul tak? So, the missing figure here, you have to add another 12 days. So, that's mean the maturity date is 12 August. Macam tu nak cari. Kita kena very exact, the date. Tapi jangan risau sebab lepas ni latihan semuanya amount dia yang banyak-banyak. So kita ingat tahun-tahun tu senang sikit nak kira. Kalau macam ni memang kalau ikut by days memang macam ni. Awak kena kira satu-satu. Okay, now the expenses, interest expenses. Okay, the principal in the question is 7,200. Okay, multiply by 8% and then multiply by 120 days over 365 days equals to 189.37. Okay, saya nak semua orang kira. Okay, dapat 189.37. Okay, this is the interest expenses. Okay, so far ada soalan tak? Tak ada Okay. Okay, next kita teruskan dengan next situation. The notes payable issued on June 27 for we borrow for 120 days juga. Okay, so we start with June 27 until 30th June equals to 4 days. 27, 28, 29 and 30. Okay, so 4 days. Okay, on July, 31 days. On August is 31 days. Yeah. On September is 30 days. Okay, we need 120 days. So the missing figure here is 24 days. So it falls on October 24th. Okay. So the maturity date is October 24th. Okay, 24 Oktober. Okay, awak semua hafal tak macam ni kita nak kira? Januari ada berapa hari, Februari ada berapa hari. Okay, so awak boleh kira ikut tangan. Ya. Ikut awak punya, apa nama ni? Awak punya buku 5. Buku 5. Sebab ada tanya ayat. Okay, so sini January yang tinggi ni, yang tengah-tengah ni cikgu saya ajar masa saya kecil-kecil dulu. Okay, yang ni is January, bawah sikit February, tapi February bukan 30 hari. Yang tinggi ni adalah 31 hari. Okay, yang ni February, kecuali February saja dia bukan 30 hari, dia ada 28 days. Kecuali tahun lompat ada 29 days. Okay, so January, February 28, March 31st, April 30th, May 31, June 30, Julai 31. Okay, and then balik sini dekat tinggi kan. So, August 31. September 30, Oktober 31, November 30, December is 31st days. Okay. So macam tu cara awak nak ingat sebab bila awak tak boleh hafal yang itu, macam mana awak nak kira dia punya maturity date. Okay, boleh Okay, next kita pergi ke Oktober. Okay, notes payable that issued on October 12. Okay, we borrow for 45 days. Okay. 45 days sikit saja kan. Okay, so we start with October 12 until 31st October. Okay, equals to 20 days. Okay, remember 12 October is included in the calculation. So awak kena buat macam mana? 31 minus 12 plus 1. Okay, because 12 is included in the calculation. So you get 20 days. Okay, and then kita nak 45 days saja kan? So the missing figure here is 25 days. So it falls on November 25th. Okay, so the maturity date is 25th November. Okay, and then the interest expenses. Okay, the principal amount is 8,800 in the question. Multiply by 7.5% in the question also. Multiply by 45 days over the 365 days. 45 days is hari yang kita pinjam. So equals to 81.37. Okay, saya nak semua orang kira. Okay, so dapat 81 ringgit and 37 cents. Okay, so ada lagi soalan tak? Okay, ada lagi. Last December 23rd. Okay, the notes payable issued on December 23rd for 75 days. Okay, we borrow for 75 days. So we start with December 23rd until 31st December. So equals to 9 days. Yeah, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st. Okay, semuanya ada 9 days. Okay, and then for January, okay, 31 days. February, kita assume masa ni bukan tahun lompat, is 28 days. Okay, so kita nak 75 days. So the missing figure is 7 days. So it falls on March 7. Okay, so the maturity date is March 7. And the interest expenses, the calculation of interest expenses is the principal amount 7,700 multiplied by 8% multiplied by 75 over 365 days equals to 126 ringgit and 57. Okay, saya nak semua orang kira betul ke tak? Okay, saya pun dapat. Ya. 126.57. Okay. Ni soalan last untuk question 1. So sekejap je tutorial kita hari ni. Ya. Lepas ni question 2. Okay, so far ada soalan nak tanya. Soalan yang lain pun boleh. Mana dia orang ni So sekarang dah berapa orang dah? Oh, makin kurang Takut ada yang tak dapat line. Okay. Arif duduk mana Arif?
Maksud cikgu?
Rumah awak dekat mana?
Oh, dekat Semban 2.
Oh, Seremban 2. Dekat sini je lah. Seremban 2 dekat mana? Taman?
Rasa Kemayan. Rasa
Sendayan?
Kemayan.
Oh,
Rasa
Rasa Kemayan. Oh, ni rumah orang-orang kaya ni. Okay, Farah? Farah duduk mana Farah?
Pinggiran Senawang.
Oh, pinggiran
Pinggiran
Senawang. Oh, orang Somban. Yelah, pinggiran Senawang kan? Alright. Nadira, duduk mana? Saya tak dengar.
Batu Pahat.
Oh, Batu Pahat. Oh, saya pernah tanya awak duduk parit mana?
Taman Sri Sulong.
Taman Sri Sulong. Oh, okey lah. Macam lah saya tahu kan. Saya tahu Parit Raja je. Okay, so tak ada no question so far. Okay, kalau tak ada kita teruskan ke next question. Tadi break lah. Okay, question 2. Okay, question 2. Okay, actually bila awak dapat saja soalan awak jangan baca dulu semua-semua ni. Okay, awak baca dia punya tajuk aja dulu. Below are the information from Syarikat Teguh Jaya for the year 2018 and 2019. Dekat buku awak 2011 and 2012 kan? Saya nak awak tukar sikit lah. Lama benar masa tu awak baru darjah berapa lah agaknya masa tu. Okay. So saya nak awak tukar 2011 jadi 2018, 2012 jadi 2019. Okay, awak baca dulu dia punya atas ni and then terus pergi required. Okay, prepare general journal entries to record the above transaction. Ignore the narration. Okay, now you know that you have to prepare journal entries. And then barulah baca satu-satu. Kalau awak baca terus nanti awak stress. Padahal dekat bawah tu dia suruh buat journal entry saja. Okay. So when the question asks you to prepare general entries to record the above transaction, so you have to determine what transaction. So the one that I highlighted here is the transaction. So that's mean ada berapa? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 transaction that you have to make a journal entries. Okay, now we go one by one. Okay, this is the very simple question. On March 8, took a loan from HSBC. HSBC ni bank of 30,000 for 60 days at an interest rate of 8%. A memorandum was signed. Okay, awak nampak tak saya highlight apa? Ini adalah maklumat yang penting. We have to know that loan is 30,000 and for 60 days. So kita tahu ini adalah current liability. Loan tu pinjaman Okay, of 8% is the interest rate. And then yang biru ni saya highlight memorandum. Okay, so maksudnya apa? Apa maksud memorandum dekat sini? Okay, ini adalah notes payable. Kadang-kadang the question stated a notes was signed. So yang tu kita dah tahulah secara secara notes payable. Okay, kadang-kadang dia cakap a memorandum was signed. This one also means notes payable. Kalau dia tak ada mention about notes, about memorandum, that mean apa? Itu adalah loan. Okay. So sekarang when we take a loan, kita pinjam, so kita dapat duit. Betul tak? Kita dapat cash kan? So debit bank or cash. Tapi saya buat bank kenapa? Sebab daripada HSBC. HSBC ni adalah bank. So debit bank and credit notes payable 30,000. Okay, ini saja pada 8 March. That is at this date kita ada buat pinjaman secara nota belum bayar. Okay, 30,000. Tadi dia cakap narration ignore kan, so kita tak ada buat narration Okay, so we go to next transaction on 6 May. 6 May, repay loan of HSBC made on 8 March. Dekat sini dia dah cakap yang kita nak repay tu apa? Kita nak bayar loan yang kita buat pada 8 March. So dekat sini yang senangnya apa? Kita tak perlu kira the maturity date. Sebab dia dah cakap 6 May tu kita nak repay loan. Maksudnya kita nak bayar loan. Maksudnya 6 May tu adalah maturity date. Okay. On our kuliah yesterday, kalau notes payable, bila kita nak bayar balik, kita kena bayar sekali dengan interest. Because mana ada orang bagi kita pinjam free-free macam tu kan? Dia mesti kenakan kita interest as their business kan? Okay, so at the maturity date, we have to pay satu, the principal amount, and the second one is interest expenses. Okay, so bila kita nak bayar hutang, we debit notes payable, 30,000 is the principal amount, and debit interest expenses, 394 ringgit and 52 cents. Macam mana dapat? So you have to calculate the interest expenses. That is 30,000 multiplied by 8% is the interest rate. Ini pun given in the question. Multiply by 60 days. Given in the question also over 365. Okay. So dapatlah 394.52. The interest expenses. So berapa total amount that you have to pay to the bank? Okay. So credit 30,394.52. Ini yang jumlah yang kita kena bayar at the maturity date. Okay, boleh ingat tak? Ya, jika ada apa-apa yang kita pinjam, especially notes payable, ada interest expenses. Okay, so far ada soalan? Tak ada. Okay. Kita teruskan ya dengan kita punya tutorial. Okay, next transaction is on November 16. November 16 took a loan from Maybank. Dia pinjam lagi daripada Maybank and sign a memorandum of 6,000 payable in 90 days with an interest rate of 6%. Okay, so saya dah highlight ni berapa kita pinjam 6,000 selama 90 days, interest rate is 6%. And we sign a memorandum. Okay, kalau memorandum ke notes ke, itu adalah notes payable. So on 16 November is we issue a loan. We issue a notes payable. So debit bank, sebab kita pinjam, kita dapat duit. Okay, 6,000 and credit notes payable 6,000. Okay. So sama je macam soalan tadi kan? Okay. But dia adalah 90 days. So bila dia 90 days, agak-agak maturity date dia lagi 3 bulan. Sekarang November 16. Okay. So maksudnya dia punya accounting period bila? Accounting period dia adalah 31st December. Dia ada cakap tak dekat soalan ada accounting period? Sekejap ya, kita tengok. Okay, dia tak mention dekat sini ya, dia punya accounting period. Okay, so we have to assume that the accounting period is 31st December. Every 31st December. Okay, so that's mean for this question, mana? Okay, so for this question, you have to bear in mind that okay, kita issue the notes payable on November 16. Tapi oleh kerana kita pinjam selama 90 days, that's mean dia telah melangkaui the accounting period 31st December, okay, 2018. Okay, so maksudnya dia maturity date dia adalah on 2019. Betul tak? Okay, so dia telah melangkaui kita punya accounting period. Okay, bila dia telah melangkaui accounting period, kita kena buat adjustment. So what is the adjustment? Okay, so macam saya selalu cakap, kalau asset, the adjustment is depreciation. But if liability, the adjustment is interest expenses. Okay, so kita teruskan. Okay, kita teruskan dengan 31st December 2018. Okay, make an adjustment to interest payable. Dekat soalan dia dah cakap make an adjustment. Okay, that's why kita tahu kena buat adjustment interest payable. Kalau dalam soalan tak mention, awak still kena buat catatan dekat tepi juga pasal interest payable. Because dia akan affect awak punya journal on 2019 pada masa maturity date. So, what is the adjustment? Okay, the adjustment is interest. Okay, so you have to calculate the interest. Okay, macam tadi, macam soalan nombor 1, you have to calculate one by one. Okay, bila tadi kita beli? November 16 kan? Okay, kita beli tadi November 16. So, kita count the date. Okay, November 16 until November 30th is 15 days. Okay, so until December 31st is 31 days. So total adalah 46 days. Okay, faham ke tak? Maksudnya interest yang kita nak kira adalah from bila? From 16 November until 31st December. Okay, ini adalah interest yang kita nak kira. This is the adjustment. Okay, so kita kira dia punya date, hari. Okay, November 16 until 30th is 15 days and December is 31 days. So semuanya ada 46 days. This is very important, yeah. Okay, so how to calculate the interest? Okay, to calculate the interest is the principal amount ada apa-apa ke? Tak ada. Okay. Tiada soalan. Chat kata tak ada. Okay, so kita continue. To calculate the to calculate the interest expenses is 6,000, the principal amount multiplied by 6% interest rate. Multiply by 46 days that you just calculate just now, yeah, over 365. Okay, equals to 45 ringgit and 37 cents. Okay, saya nak semua orang kira. Okay, dapat 45 ringgit and 37 cents. Okay, then baru boleh buat journal. So debit interest expenses. Okay, debit interest expenses 45 ringgit and 37 and credit interest payable 45 and 37. Kenapa kita kreditkan interest payable? Sebab kita belum bayar lagi kan? Bila kita kena bayar interest expenses? Masa maturity date. Dah sampai ke maturity date? Belum. That's why kita kreditkan interest payable. Maksudnya faedah belum bayar. Okay. Saya ingat Farah kena off-kan ni kot Farah. Off-kan mic. Okay. So kita continue Okay, yang ni faham kan yang ni? Interest expenses? Okay, semuanya ada berapa hari tadi? 90 days. Okay, sekarang dah berlaku 46 days. Okay, ingat Okay, now on for the year 2019, next adalah on February 13. Okay, dalam soalan, this is from the question, February 13, repay Maybank amount loan on November 16, 2018. Okay, maksudnya kalau kita dah buat pembayaran balik, repayment sebenarnya kalau kita dah buat pembayaran semula, maksudnya dia dah sampai dia punya maturity date. So dalam soalan ni, we don't have to calculate the maturity date sebab dia dah bagi tahu pun dalam soalan ni, that is on February 13. Okay, so what happened on February 13 is the maturity date. Kalau dah sampai maturity date, apa yang kita perlu buat adalah bayar hutang, kan? Okay, bila kita bayar hutang, maksudnya kita kena bayar principal and also the interest expenses. Okay, now kita kena kira the interest expenses incurred in 2019. Okay, that's mean bila? Daripada 1st January until February 13. Ni 2019 2018 dah lepas. Okay. So, kita kena kira lah macam kita kira tadi. So, on January, tadi kita semua, kita pinjam berapa? 90 days, betul tak? Okay, so macam ni kita nak tahu kita ada lagi 44 days. Okay, tadi pinjam adalah 90 days. dan kita dah kira interest for 46 days yang tadi. Okay. So sepatutnya ada 44 days. Okay, jom kita kira betul tak 44 days ya. So on January ada 31 days and on February dia dah tulis situ 13 days. So from 1st until 13 February is 13 days. So bila kita calculate memang 44 days. So betul lah dia punya calculation. So that's mean kalau awak tak buat calculation macam ni pun awak tahu the balance is 44 days. Macam ni kita nak tahu the balance is 44 days is 90 days minus dengan yang kita dah kira tadi 46 days. Ini cara inilah ada dua cara awak boleh tahu sebab kita nak kira interest sekarang ni. Okay, now we calculate the interest. The principal amount 6,000 multiply by 6% the rate interest multiply by 44 days that we just calculate over 365 days in a year. Dapat 43 ringgit and 40 cents. Okay, cuba awak kira betul tak? Okay, betul So awak bundarkan 43 ringgit and 40 cents. Okay, now kita boleh buat journal. Baru kita boleh buat journal So first step is to calculate the interest first. Okay, so bila kita bayar hutang pada tarikh matang is we debit the notes payable 6,000 and we debit interest expenses 43 ringgit and 40 cents. Okay, tapi awak jangan lupa tadi on 31st December kita dah declare interest. So kita ada interest payable. Bila kita nak bayar, kita kena kontra balik interest payable 45 ringgit and 37 cents. Ini dekat soalan ni tadi. On 31st December. Kan yang ni kan? Okay. So dapatlah 6,088 ringgit and 77 cents. So ini adalah jumlah yang kita kena bayar kepada bank. Maksudnya kita bayar hutang balik. So di mana 6,088 and 77 cents ni is 6,000 is the principal. 88.77 is the interest expenses. Okay, macam tu lah cara kita nak kira. And this is how we make the journal entry of notes payable. Okay. Okay, habis. Thank you. Next video part 2 is question 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so yang ni awak akan buat setelah kita tengok video kuliah part 2 nanti Okay, I think that's all. Okay, open for question Q&A session. Tak ada, cepat je tak ada Zulaika kata tak ada, Rafiq kata tak ada, Waitesh tak ada, Echot tak ada. Okay, Meeting Chan, Meeting Chan you are from which class Ni Waitesh ni apa yang betul? Tak ada madam. No question madam. Okay. Tak apa dia. So semua orang faham ke ni? Oh, Meeting Chan daripada A5P3. Okay, good. Okay, you can ask your friend also to watch our video, our class video. I think your lecturer also did the same thing kan? Okay, faham? Semua faham? Okay, saya nak tengok ada berapa sekarang tengok online. Tadi 16, now 15. Tak tahulah So, Farah dah ambil kedatangan kan? Dah catat Abdullah tadi dia kata dia tak dapat nak ni. So, take note je lah Okay. So, okay, good. Okay. Okay, so I think that's all. Ya, untuk menjimatkan data awak semua. Kita dah habis dah kita punya discussion. And, okay, saya nak ambil gambar jap. Sekejap ya. Okay, ada dekat konti ni boleh tengok. Dah semua dah. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Nanti saya post dekat kelas Okay, dah Farah dah. Okay, so if there is no further question, so I think kita boleh dismiss class. Before we dismiss class, kita akhiri dengan tasbih kafarah dan surah Al-As. Arifuddin.
Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa innal insana lafi husn illa allazina amanu wa amilus solihat wa tawasaw bil haqq wa tawasaw bis sabr. Amin.
Amin. Okay, thank you semua yang berada di konti, Nadira, Farah and Arifuddin. Okay, next will be yours, orang lain pula punya turn. So, siap sedia Okay, so kalau tak ada apa-apa lagi, okay, bye. Kita boleh end broadcast. Okay, bye. Assalamualaikum.